Hello, this is SJ Talks of Life coming back at you with another video. I have it here on Cynthia G and Umar Johnson's daughter, Anissa, um, and she's conducting an interview. I think it's really something how she was able to land an interview with her. But it's a really good interview. Cynthia G is not doing a lot of bash. She's not doing any bashing of Umar. I mean, it's very respectfully done. His daughter's not bashing him. Cynthia G is not bashing him. The interview is being very respectfully done. They just, his daughter is just stating the facts. The more I listen to this interview, the more disappointed I get in Umar Johnson. The more disappointed I get. I'm getting more and more disappointed in him as time goes on. Um, with this interview here, um, he had the opportunity. His daughter said she did give him the opportunity because he kept coming on here saying how he wanted to meet with her and stuff. She said that she agreed to meet with him, and he hasn't followed through as of yet. As of yet, he has not followed through on the meeting. He kept coming on here hollering that he wanted to meet with her and her mother, and he as of yet he has not followed through. He has not met with her as of yet. So yeah, she did get the opportunity. She said she wanted to meet with her sister, and she did get the opportunity to connect with her sister. So I'm really happy about that. Really happy that she got the opportunity to connect with her sister, and that's really great. But I think that's pretty sad that she had to be the one to initiate, um, to look for, to search for her, not only search for her sister, but initiate a meeting and everything with her sister, and that's something that Umar Johnson should have done. You know, he should. She said that for the longest time she didn't even know she had another sibling. Now it's alleged. I'm gonna say alleged because I don't know for sure that he has another child in addition to her and the sister. I don't know. I'm gonna say allegedly. That's alleged. Um, but she said, far as she know, it's just her and her sister, and he should have been the one to let her know um, about her sister. It's really pretty sad that she had to be the one to do go after her, do the research or whatever, go after her to search for her sister. That's pretty sad. It just amazes me how Umar Johnson, if you've seen some of my other videos, if you watch me on a regular basis, you've seen that um, um, I have done, well, I mainly talked about how I had an issue with him not addressing black femicide. So no, I didn't put him up on a pedestal. Someone in my comment section accused me of putting him up on a pedestal. No, I don't put nobody up there except for God, for one thing. No, I didn't put him up on a pedestal. I had a lot of respect for what he was trying to do for the black community, the school, this alleged school that he's trying to get in order, and how he seems to really be an advocate for the black community. So yes, I did in fact admire that, and I did respect that, because that's something we need for our community. But however, I was very vocal on here. There has been several videos that I have done on here about him not addressing black femicide. So I was very vocal about that. Very vocal about that. So no, did I put him up on a pedestal? Absolutely not. Someone came in my comment section. Well, actually, it was my troll. Came in my comment section. Well, it is what it is, and she accused, or she or he or whoever they are, accused me. Who knows? Because they're on this dummy account. Accused me of putting him up on a pedestal, and no, I didn't, because I did several videos. This person watches a lot of my content, so they should have already seen the videos where I was quite adamant about him talking about black femicide, and I was holding him to the fire on that. But I did respect the fact that he seemed passionate about the black community. He seemed very passionate about the black community. I did respect the fact that he seemed very passionate about the black community, but he can't be that passionate about it if he didn't address black femicide. Now I understand why. I said, well, June, there's your answer. He don't care. I don't think he really cares about black women, because he don't even care about his own daughter. So, daughters. So, yeah, it's like, there's your answer right there, June. Yeah, it's giving fraud at this point. It's giving fraud at this point, and I'm really, really glad that I did not donate to the school that he is Leon Honor. Like I said in my other video, has a lot of receipts. He has a lot of receipts in that. But it's a simple Google search will tell you. I only think he owns that school. So I was thinking about donating. I'm so happy that I did not donate. He gets a lot of money from black women, donations, from black women and that. And um, they allegedly he's raised over $2 million for the school, and the school is still not up and going. He's been trying to get it together, and my argument to that was, when you're just operating on donations, it does take a long time. But 15 years, come on. And if you raised over $2 million, this school should have been together by now. You know what I mean? I think he's taking some of that money. He's taking all these trips. I noticed that he takes all these trips. I think he's taking some of that money and he's taking trips. He's using that money, some of that money to finance these trips and stuff. Turns out I think he's a citizen. He's got dual citizenship, I believe. According to Google, I think he's got dual citizenship to Ghana, I believe it is. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on that. But he does have, I think he does, yeah. So, ain't no telling, he might have some kids over there. Because they was talking to her, and Cynthia G was talking about that. She said she told her he might have some other kids. Yeah, I said he might have some kids in Africa. He might have some kids over there in Africa for all we know. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling with this man. But she didn't even know about the sister. And it was his responsibility to let her know about her sister, and she should not have to do that. She should not. She said the only reason why, she said, people are accusing her of clout chasing and that. And I know there's a lot of men that are taking his side. I've been in comment section with men were trying to defend him, and this is and they're accusing her of being a clout chaser. She said the only reason why she came to the internet, and greed, but she said the only reason why she came to the internet was because um he was ignoring her. She tried to contact him, um DM him or whatever, and he was ignoring her. So she did what she had to do. She said she wanted to really connect with her sister, but she shouldn't have had to do that. That was his responsibility to do that. He's supposed to seek her out, and he making all these 50 million excuses, saying her mother uh kept her from him, and she said she denies his daughter. She denies that. She said that's not true because he had court orders, and Leon Honor can also verify that he had a supervised visitation. And there were court orders and everything for him to get visitation and that. And she said he was the one that didn't follow through, and she said that he was up. I guess he was in her life, I guess, until she was 10, and then after that he was ghost. So um she said, yeah, he did and have some court orders and that supervised visitation, and he didn't follow through. He was the one that didn't follow through. So I think if a woman, I've never had to go through anything like that, but I think if a woman has a court, or if there's a court order for as far as in regards to custody, a joint custody type situation, a woman has to abide by that court order. If you break the court order, you can go to jail. So, yeah, if there was a court order, she does have to abide by that, by law, or there is consequences. And he could hold her to the fire. He could hold her to the fire if she didn't abide by that. So, the fact that there was a court order and he didn't follow through on his end speaks volumes. So I don't know he want to hide. No, this seems like this man is a liar. Ain't no telling what else he lying about. He could be lying about the progress of the school. It could be if he lying about this, he could be lying about other things. The receipts are out there, Umar. The receipts are out there, Umar Johnson. Jermaine Shoemake. The receipts are out there. They are out there. Okay. So, yeah. So, Leon Honor, you go on his channel. He has a lot of receipts. He's been reporting on Umar Johnson for quite a while. He's been reporting on Umar Johnson for quite a while. So, yeah, he has lots of receipts. Lots of receipts. He can't wrap his mind around, because he's a good husband and father. He can't wrap his mind around why Umar Johnson is the way he is. I mean, a real man. If you a real man, and you a good husband and you a good father, particularly if you're a good father, and there are some good fathers in the black community, they can't wrap their mind around that. They can't wrap their mind around this deadbeat mentality that these men have. And so it just amazes me how Umar Johnson comes on here and he has the nerve to sit up here and preach about other black, talk about how in the black community, how black men walking away from their kids, how detrimental it is to the community, and all those things are true. Okay, but you turn around and you doing the same thing. How is it that you preaching about it and you doing the same thing? It's giving hypocrite. It's giving huge hypocrite. How can you preach on not on these men not being there for their kids and that, and you out here doing the same thing. You out here doing the very thing that you're preaching against, and you know how detrimental it is to the black community. He's supposed to have a psychology degree, so you know how detrimental it is to the black community. You know how detrimental it is to the black community. Then and how it affects. He should know the psychological effects and how it affects. And her and Cynthia G is discussing how Cynthia G says she grew up without her father, and she was Cynthia G kind of goes into that too, how it psychologically affects black females when the fathers are not in the picture. I can relate as well. My father left when I was 5, and I probably can count on one hand all the times in my life that I've seen my dad. Um, Him and my mother were married for 10 years. But he left when I was 5, and unfortunately, I don't remember him before that. I don't remember him being in the home before that. I don't remember anything before the age of 5. So, yeah. So, um, I can relate, and I know from my what it did for me. The just I know the psychological effects is that um, it's had on me growing up without a father. I mean, for years I was into much older men, and I think I was looking for that father, searching for that father figure. Um, and it's yeah, it has a strong psychological effect for boys and for girls. Girls need their fathers, just like boys need their fathers. Fathers are very vital in a child's life, very, very vital. Now, she did grow up with a stepfather. He was very instrumental in her life. She had a blessed stepfather. So I'm glad that she had some father figure in her life. But to not have that relationship with your biological father, and she talks about that too. She talks about how when she was getting, approaching puberty and everything. You need your biological. She's a very intelligent young lady, very intelligent, very articulate, very mature. Everything that he's articulate. But he he should be proud of his daughter. He should be proud of her. She's very articulate, very intelligent. She's wise. You know, he should be proud of her. He should be proud of her. And she do look like him. Hit me up in the comment section if you think she looks like him. She does. She has his manner. I think she has his mannerisms too. She does. She does look like him and everything. Cause everybody talking about they want proof. Well, her face is proof enough. And she said she's not. She said there was a DNA test, but she's not going to put that out there because that's private. Everybody want her to produce all this proof. Why don't y'all have him produce proof or whatever? She said she don't want to put everything out there. People need to quit with that mess. And these men and these old, you know what? And if the men are going along with him, you're a deadbeat too. A bunch of deadbeats are taking his side. Birds of a feather flock together. All the deadbeats are taking his side. But a real man like Leon Honor, he is a good father, a good husband. He said that he just can't wrap his mind around that. And I told him in his chat, I said, well, a real man don't understand that. When you're a real man, you don't understand that. A real man can't wrap his mind around why, these deadbeat mentality that these men have. So, I mean, like I said, they're not bashing him. Cynthia G is not bashing him. This is a really good interview. I highly encourage you to go check it out. His daughter's not bashing them. They're just basically stating the facts. It's just a very, very good interview. Very, very good interview. And I'm glad that she was able to land this interview with his daughter. I was shocked when I seen the title. I said, oh my goodness. I was in the chat for a little while, but I was out and about when it came on. So, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's giving deadbeat at this point. It's really, really giving deadbeat. I've lost a lot of respect. What little respect that I had for Umar Johnson, I've lost. I'm losing as the more I hear, the more respect that I lose. Because how can you preach about fatherlessness in the black community when you're doing the same thing? You're talking about single mothers and that, and you're creating single mothers. Well, her mother got married, but she was a single mother before she married her husband. And so you out here creating single mothers, and you up there talking about single mothers and how these black men be bumping their gums about he ain't the only one. How they be on here constantly bashing black single mothers and that, but they steady out here creating single mothers. They steady out here creating single mothers, but they running their mouth about single mothers. But they steady creating single mothers. You know, they're a lot of these black men are so hypocritical. They're so hypocritical. You sit up here and want to bash single mothers, but you creating single mothers. I mean, it just irks me. It just irks me, he's lost a lot of credibility. He's been in some of the stuff that he said or she said that he's saying is not true. She said that he was abusive towards her mother. He trying to put it on the stepfather. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Because Cynthia G has his things. I guess he put on Instagram his thing he put on Instagram. I guess I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. That's this man. This man. I'm so glad I didn't donate to that school. I was thinking about donating. I'm so glad I didn't donate to this man's school. I ain't throwing my pearls on the swine. So black women might want to think twice before they donate to him. He was doing a chat, a live stream the other day. Like, King Kong Consciousness records all his stuff, and somebody was like, some woman was like, talking about he want a son, and some woman in the chat was talking about she wanted. Lord have mercy. How can these black women, it's a lot of black women out here with daddy issues. They need to be running from him at this point. They need to run from him at this point, you know. Talking about he want a son. You probably already got one out there somewhere. Mm, 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 mm. So, and he's talking about, he keeps calling her daughter Smurf and calls her mother. I can understand why he wouldn't want to use her real name, but he calls her daughter Smurf, calls her mother Mama Smurf. So it's, grow up, man, grow up. He could just say my daughter. He could just say my daughter and her mother. That's simple as that. He ain't got to go into all these little mama Smurf and daughter Smurf. See, he grow up, Umar. Grow up, my brother, Umar Johnson. Grow up. Grow up. Grow up. You know, it's just giving. Lord. But this is a great interview. I highly recommend that you go check it out if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, I've lost so much respect for that man. I've lost so much little respect I've had for him. I've lost, and at this point, I don't really believe anything he says. You know, that's good that he's an advocate for the community, but you know, you need to practice what you preach. And he should have came on here, and she mentioned that too. I mentioned in my other video how he should have came on here humbly. He should have been humble. He should have came on here and said, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I admit I wasn't in your life, and I'm sorry. If we can connect, we can sit down and, you know." And she mentioned that too. His daughter mentioned that too. That's what he should have did. It would have been nice if he had done that. Just come on here and humble. You know, the truth is out there. Ain't no sense to keep lying and everything. I mean, the truth is out there. But, you know, he's a narcissist. That's what narcissists do. They deflect, they scapegoat, you know, they gaslight, try to, you know, flip stuff and throw things on you. They don't want to never admit when they're wrong. Those are all traits of a narcissist. Umar Johnson is a narcissist. He has all the traits of a narcissist. You know, don't want to admit when he's wrong. He gaslights, he deflects, you know. Mm-mm. You know, he wants to throw everything, flip stuff and throw everything on them and try to make it seem like everything's the mother's fault. And he trying to talk about his own daughter in a negative light. And I don't have no respect for this man at this point. You know, I ain't got no respect for him. You know, don't come for me. Don't come for me. But no. But hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if you've seen this interview, what your thoughts are on it. Yeah, Umar. The truth is out. You know how they say everything that's in the dark comes to light. Everything in the dark comes to light. You know how that goes. So everything that's in the dark doesn't come to light. And it needed to. It needed to come to light because he's a public figure. He's out here acting like advocating, you know, for the, trying to say, you know, talk about different things in the black community and all that. And he's doing the very things that he claims is damaging to the black community and everything. You need a man. It's just like these preachers out here be up here on the pulpit preaching and everything, and they out here behind the scenes doing everything under the sun. They said this one minister, the mistress came in and somewhere, they weren't in a church. I don't think they were somewhere. I haven't seen any videos on it. It's kind of, but I think looked at titles and that. But she came and unalived him. Came and unalived him. The mistress came and unalived him because, see, doing stuff, and the more and more of this stuff you hear about, more and more about this stuff. These hypocrites, these preachers. That's why people don't want to go to church now. But that's a whole nother video. Hypocrites. So hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button. Yeah, this is very telling. Okay, you guys have a blessed day. Mm-mm-mm.